I've been utterly uninspired by this election period, this campaign period. I think that there's two reasons for that. One is the politicians and the other one's been the media. And that's because, as usual, I think the British media has this really parochial attitude towards elections and politics in general. It's been very inward-looking and obsessive about stupid things like Ed Davey going down water slides or Nigel Farage being milkshaked, or even the betting story, which is important, but it really isn't the most important thing about how we choose the government and the next Prime Minister and the people who are going to run the country. I think we're living at a time of unbelievable uncertainty across the whole world. We're actually choosing who's going to be engaging potentially in World War III. We heard both candidates for president in the US mention those words, World War III. So it's not just callers to talk or you and I who might be mentioning it. We've now got the next president of the US, unless they switch one out, and I'm sure we'll talk about that later, who have both mentioned it now as a possible thing that's happening. And we're busy throwing milkshakes at people or obsessing over who bet when the election would be. No, that's not what matters. What matters is who's going to sort out the big issues of the day, who's going to lead this country through the stormy waters that we're all facing, both domestically and internationally. And I don't think we've discussed that at all in the media. And I think one of the reasons the media's been able to ignore it so much is because the options are so poor. I think just like watching that US debate, the debates here have been appalling. The cries of, is that really the choice we've got to make, have echoed here in the UK as well as over in the US and the world over. This country is moving left because everyone is fed up of a fairly disastrous Tory government. I think whatever colour one's own beliefs are, I think that's fairly universally accepted. The rest of Europe's moving right because of fears of immigration and other concerns like that, integration and multiculturalism. The Middle East is on fire. Russia, China posing a threat to this country and others around the world. Iran manoeuvring its terror proxies, not just in the Middle East, but even here in the UK. We've had Iranians and British nationals in the UK threatened, plots foiled to kill them. What on earth are we doing, choosing between two people who are about as inspiring as, I don't know what, as a cold cup of tea?